What's up, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. When we talk about mental illness, a lot of times, a lot of people that are perceived as crazy are put in the same type of category just under the words mental illness. You might think of, okay, he has mental illness, so a lot of people are sympathetic to that, but there are different degrees of it. A lot of times when somebody's considered crazy, you might go to the far end of the spectrum and think about like a blathering idiot or something, somebody that, can't take care of themselves, or somebody that might talk to themselves, like going up the spectrum of degrees, different degrees of, somebody being crazy or somebody having a mental illness. But I'm gonna tell you something, you can be functional, very functional, and have a mental illness. And I think this is the case in this story I want to tell you today about this idiot right here. This right here is Kennard Goins. He's from Randallstown in Baltimore County. This guy is 24 years old and is said to have mental issues. Now, I'm going to play this video clip of what he did, and I want you to pay real close attention to it, especially real close to what some of the people that were interviewed, or the one old guy that was interviewed, said in the two parts that they showed him. And it's real eye-opening about what he did, and it's unforgivable. A lot of people play, I hate using the word crazy, but I think it has a lot to do with different degrees of that. And I don't think he fits in this category of the far end of the spectrum. But check this out. Let's go.
Meanwhile, a 24-year-old man is facing life in prison for the murders of his own grandfather and great-grandmother in Baltimore County.
And he appeared before a judge today as the case has simply shocked neighbors right in that Randallstown area. And tonight, we are on your corner hearing from people throughout that community.
WJZ investigator Mike Helgren is live in Baltimore County with the details and new insight into what happened. Mike.
Nikki, Rick, we first want to warn viewers that some of the details are graphic and disturbing. The victims are ages 73 and 86. Police say the grandson confessed to killing them and said he had no remorse for doing so. 24-year-old suspect Kennard Goins told investigators that God told him to kill his 86-year-old great-grandmother, Sarah Mills, and his 73-year-old grandfather, Alex Hyman. He lived with his grandfather in this quiet Randallstown community on Cabot Road, where neighbors are stunned. How shocking is it to hear that two elderly people were killed in their home?
It was real shocking. It blew me away. It's numbing. It makes you think. And you kind of wonder sometimes about society when this happens, but for the most part, I think it's the mental illness.
According to charging documents WJZ obtained, Goins' mother asked police to conduct a welfare check when she'd not heard from her father, advising that her son has mental issues. When police arrived, Goins answered the door and said his grandfather went for a walk. Officers smelled bleach and saw blood spatter inside the house and a trail of blood to the grandfather's truck. They say the suspect stuffed the bodies inside the bed of the truck, covering them with blankets and empty trash bags, beating and stabbing his grandfather on Saturday and choking his great-grandmother on Sunday.
Usually grandparents treat grandchildren real good. They treat them better than their parents, you know what I mean? You kind of spoil them, give them stuff like that, but to kill your grandparents and to kill both of them, you didn't feel nothing when you killed the first one, and you can go on and kill the second one? That's kind of cold-blooded.
Goins told the judge he was representing himself in court. It's just going to be me and God here. The judge ordered him held without bond.
All right, guys, that was the story, and it's appalling. I want to first say this guy right here, Kennard Goins, age 24, of Randallstown in Baltimore County. This guy right here is functional. He has functional mental illness. Now, I don't know what degree he has, but there's a couple of things I want to point out First thing is this. The mother called and said, reported, oh, he has a history of mental illness. My first question is, if you know this, why would you have him living with your parents? That's the first thing. That man is 86 years old. That woman is 73 years old. They've lived their life. Now, I don't know the situation, but he's your kid, your responsibility. You know, him living there is a strain on them. They've worked their life. They should be enjoying themselves. 86 and 73, if he snap out and have an episode, Exhibit A, who can stop him? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm asking the wrong question. I mean, but that hits me like, you know, his head scratching. Now, said it was a nice, quiet neighborhood. He was living there. And this is one of the things I keep telling y'all. You know what I'm saying? Letting grown folks live with you. He's 24 years old. He ain't got his own shit. I know people that are functioning with mental illness, take their medication. I don't know if he was taking his or if he was even diagnosed, you know, and function. This whole thing is messed up. You know, he stood up there. God told me to do it. Oh, he did? Okay. Okay. Lucky I ain't the judge on this thing. This will be done in 10 minutes. He ain't going to represent himself in court. It's just funny how, like, a lot of people have mental illness, right? And I don't mean to sound, and I'm not trying to sound insensitive. Those who understand and have been watching this channel know where I'm going with this. When people have mental illness, right, it's not up to them to make sure that they do right with taking their medication and things like that. There are different degrees. Nowadays, a lot of times, man, there are a lot of kids on with mental health issues because it's hard to diagnose. And a lot of times they don't even have mental health issues. They might just be hyper, or they might be an excited child, or just anything. It's like nowadays anybody can claim mental illness and get it almost. All you can do is go talk to a psychiatrist and he's going to give you something. But that's not neither here nor there. The situation, the reason why I brought that up is this guy right here. The mom said mental illness. I'm not giving it the whole benefit of getting him off the hook. And I'm going to tell you why. You was crazy enough to kill him. But you was crazy enough not to flee. You was crazy enough to you was smart enough to clean up the scene. When people knock on the door where your grandparents, oh, they went for a walk. You're smart enough to lie. Wasn't smart enough to run away from the scene. It don't look like he was crazy. It looked like he was what? Calculated. It does. It looked calculated. That's how I know he's functional. You know the difference between right and wrong. Just like the old guy said in the interview. After you killed the first person, you ain't feel nothing? And you ain't killed the second one? Then look at this. He killed the man on Saturday. Sunday, he killed a woman. So between that time of her being killed and him being killed, what was you doing in there? What was she doing? Was she bound, tied up? Yo, so many details got to come out on this case, man. I'm going to follow this closely. Why would she be left alive? It ain't got nothing. Listen, God ain't got nothing to do with this. You hear me? This is all him. It might be confounded with him probably not taking his medication, frustrated because he probably ain't getting no respect in the house because that old man telling him what to do because he ain't going to come in there and run that old man, an old woman. Frustration with himself, a little bit of childishness probably. Because he can't take over the house or couldn't get his way somewhere. Man, this thing, man, is messed up. 86 years old, 73 years old, husband and wife. Swift demise from someone that comes from his lineage. And I bet he was trying to be nice. Like the guy said, grandparents love you unconditionally. Tried to do right by him. Hey, come out here. Hey, he can come out here and stay with us as long as he behave himself. And look what it gets you. Sometimes you can't be nice to family. Sometimes family shouldn't force their problems on you, thus making your problem. They remember this boy when he was a little kid, probably. And they thought about the history and didn't want to carry no guilt. Yeah, I remember he was a cute kid and You know, it's the least I can do. I'm going to tell you something. Lions and tiger cubs are the cutest thing that can be when you see them when they're young and they're harmless. Then when they get older, your kindness will be repaid by their true nature. I don't know how influential this guy was, but I mean, something he didn't seen, heard, or that was in him that made him do this. He shouldn't have been there in the first place. I'd make this thing real quick. It'd be over in 10 minutes. I'd go right in there if I was a judge. Hey, you killed, and he already admitted, you killed these people? Okay. Don't matter why. You killed your grandmom and grandpa. Yeah. Who told you to do it? God did? Okay. Take him outside and he can go meet him right now. Because I'll be making him look stupid in the courtroom. Can you verify this? Call him on the phone. As soon as you go to pick the phone up, get your dumb ass out of here. He'd be right out back, sent to pasture. Look at the flowers. Seriously, look at the flowers. This is dumb. I feel bad for the family and the relatives. And, you know, no disrespect to the mother. She lost her mother and father at the hands of her son. She got to be feeling bad too. But my thing is, why was he living there? Why, ow, I can't even talk right now. Why was he not with you? I mean, things happen, I know, but I just brought that up. It was just weird that she said that, knowing that he was messed up, why he wasn't with you. But as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Another tragedy. Whew. Take care.